சரிங்களா? So we saw about tabular report and how we going to add filters to a report and how we are adding columns to the report and how report rows are being limited in the tabular report, right? So இங்க வந்து we already have row limit 99 and you're sorting
Yeah.
it by product name and ascending order. சரிங்களா? So coming to this, on your left hand side under the fields, right, in the fields palette, if you see, you will have the list of field that are available on that particular object. Okay, the object is based upon the report type which you have selected. The report type what you have selected is products with opportunity.
Yeah.
சரிங்களா? So based on that only you will see the fields availability. Now there is no object involved here, quote object involved here.
Yeah.
Okay, only
அதான்
products and
எப்படி அது
opportunity.
அது எப்படி வந்து இங்க வர வைக்கிறதுன்றது தான் கேள்வி இப்போ.
நம்ம அதை பார்ப்போம். So இப்போ வந்து let's create a new report. Let's go back, cancel or close this. Click on close.
Okay.
Okay, click on new report. Okay, in the quick find, type quote. Or otherwise, you already see there is a folder for quotes. Yeah. So there are report types available for you to look up for opportunities with quote and quote line items. சரிங்களா? Choose the first one, opportunity with quotes and quote line item. Okay, so let's scroll down. Click on create. Now on your left hand side you will see all the fields that are available in opportunity, quote and quote line item, which is nothing but your junction object between quote and product.
Okay.
சரிங்களா? So in other words, for that particular quote, whatever the product you have created as line items will be available for you in this report.
Okay.
சரிங்களா? So now you can have all the columns from opportunity, quote and quote line item. There is another report of opportunity line item. Okay, just like how you see quote line item, there is another report called opportunities with opportunity line items, which is nothing but the product that are related to that particular opportunity. If you in case some business may not need quote model. Okay, they only go by the opportunity and opportunity line items. For those business, they have that report readily available. Okay. Any questions on this?
No, Ritesh. Thanks.
Okay, so now let's see about the next type of report type. The next one is summary report. Okay, the main difference between table and summary is in table you don't have the ability of grouping. Right now you don't have the ability of grouping. However, and you don't have the ability of creating formulas within the report itself. So you can create formulas in the object like opportunity or any other object for that matter, but when it comes to summary report type, you can create formulas inside the report but not in the tabular. Okay. Third difference is you can have bucketing of a pick list in summary report type or a text field. You can bucket a, report based upon your discretion in a summary report type, but not in tabular report type.
Okay.
Okay, these are the three major difference you see between the tabular report and summary report.
One is grouping, another one is adding formulas, and third one is bucketing, quick list, right?
Right, right.
Okay.
Okay. So, however, this one other feature I forgot to show you when we saw about the tabular, which is nothing but summing the amount or number group or percentage. Okay,
Okay.
summing or taking an average.
Okay.
Okay, so let's just hover a mouse on top of
Okay.
amount column, and click on the small drop down which comes no, next to it,
Okay.
and you see summarize this field. Okay, so there are four options which are like summary, some, average, max, and minimum. Max and minimum will give you the maximum of whatever the value is. The minimum is again the same. Average is it will calculate all together and divide it by the number of rows. Sum is as usual, it will just sum all the lines.
Okay.
Okay, but when it is summing, you need to, or whenever it's doing all these summarization, right?
Uh-huh.
uh, Salesforce reports does a smart calculation. It's just not the ordinary type of calculation. Salesforce report are now going to do a smart calculation, which means that if there are any duplicate of the same number, those numbers will be skipped. So, say for example, if you have this hundred $120,000, right, on the first two lines.
Uh-huh. Yeah, first one.
Okay,
Okay.
if they are from the same, record appearing twice, right,
Uh-huh.
it'll skip that.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
let's try it now. Let's click on sum and apply. Okay, and let's run the report. Okay, now let's see what is the total of there. 304,299,900, right? Grand
Mm-hmm.
total. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but let's see what is the actual total, right? Let's take a calculator.
Hmm.
So simple calculation on that. The last two rows alone makes it 6 lakhs, right? Or 600 lakhs. Simple calculation, Kalyani, sorry. If you see this 103,609,900, right? That is appearing thrice,
Yeah.
right? That itself making more than what this grand total is giving you,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
That three times itself is more than what is your grand total. Right? The
Yeah.
reason why
Mm.
your grand total is less is because the number of time it repeats, it doesn't calculate. So if you calculate it for only one time, right,
Ah. Ah.
the sum will come to the grand total.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Okay, you're understanding it. That is called smart calculating calculation.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go back. Click on customize.
So the duplicate values are for different records, right?
No
Line
matter
name,
it is,
line number. Huh?
right? Yeah, it is different, but still, no matter it is, it's still a duplicate. It Salesforce consider as duplicate number, so it will not go with the same numbers twice.
Okay. So will it not be a problem?
And definitely, it will be a problem. That's why we are no, we are seeing it upfront. So when you are
Okay.
looking for something of such amount field for rolling up or taking a sum, you need to be little careful about it.
Okay.
Keeping
So
in mind,
we would do the instead of the tabular, we will do the summary then. Is that what it is, or
possibly it might avoid, but it's just the same in summary and tabular as well. Both uses the
ah
same calculation methodology. So
ah
whenever you have to have sum up, right, it is always best to
mm,
use it in Excel. However, the average,
ah
and again
okay
the same thing, minimum and maximum, it is no issues, because even it is gonna no ignore the duplicates. That does not necessarily have to be skipped, right? It will automatically see whether the number is there or not. Minimum
okay.
and
So in
maximum,
what
that is
condition
okay.
would this be? In what condition would this be useful though?
uh, Anywhere where if it is about summing up, right, it will be useful for you to have a sum up, but the only condition is the numbers has to be varied every time.
Okay. So whatever practical,
So
logical
let's
reasoning
say,
they have.
right, for some logical reason, Salesforce is giving it in this way, and we
Mm,
have been not letting them know about this, but they have conveyed that this is what we have specifically designed for, and this is how it will function.
okay.
Okay. So
Okay.
now let's go back to the customization. Click on customize.
Yeah.
Okay. Now how you can group a tabular report, just like how
Mm,
you did the summarize, right? Just hover on
okay.
any of the field and click on the drop down next to it.
Mhm.
Okay, and you see group by this field. Cancel that. When, yeah, you see the group by this field,
Ah,
so you can use that. Select that. Okay, now you see it is grouped by amount. Okay, usually
mm,
we used to do it by having opportunity name included in this report. Just on your left hand side, you see the opportunity name
mm.
or account name. On the quick find, type account name, drag and drop it in front of code discount. You need to put it in front of code discount.
Mm.
The easiest method to add a column is double click on the name. That will automatically add the column, but it will be added to the last. So you need to scroll to all the way right hand side to see that. Okay, now just click on the arrow mark, drop down, and select group by this field. Click on the drop down in the account name. Now, when you click on that, it will automatically sort it. You need to click on the drop down and group by this field. And now go to the left hand side. Now you see it is grouped by name.
Okay.
Okay, so you can move the grouping. You see the small drop down in front of account name, right?
Yeah.
Okay, click on that. You can move up or down the grouping.
Mm. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Now let's have the amount field removed. To remove the amount field, just drag and drop it in front of code discount or status, or in between code discount and status. No, drag and drop it in between code discount and status. Not on top of
Okay.
summary. Just drag and drop it in between the code discount and status. Just little more up.
No, no,
Yeah.
that's what I was trying to do. Mm-hmm.
You went to summary format. Don't put it on summary format. You just need to put it in between those two columns. Again, you're putting it on
Okay.
top of summary format. Let me show you once. Okay, you can just drag and drop it here. Okay, now let's just imagine you want to put it in between. You see it became a green tick mark when I have it in between the code discount and status.
Yeah.
Okay, here is where you need to drop it. Okay, you just drag it here and drop it. So if you want to move this, you can just move it in front of this code discount, and you see it is a green tick mark. I hover it anywhere else, it will just make it as red tick mark, because those places I cannot drop. Here I'm going to have it as a filter, so it will allow me, but it is not going to move that here. Okay, so I just put it here. It will be code name, opportunity name, followed by the account name. Okay, let's try running this. Okay, so you see this difference. For this particular account, you have like 3 different opportunities. Right, for this account you have 2 different opportunities. You see that?
Yeah.
Okay, now these are grouped by the account, so that it will be easy for you to find out for any specific account how many opportunities are there and how much revenue you are getting from that particular opportunity, right? Or what status it
Okay.
is and how you want to move it further. So it will give you an insight on account and opportunity related information.
Okay. So all the parents would be listed in there.
All the opportunities will be listed here.
Okay.
Okay, so now based on the opportunity, if you want, right, we can even go for grouping of codes.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just putting in code name here. Okay, now you see there are two levels of grouping, right? First grouping is account name, second grouping is opportunity name. So for this particular account, there are two opportunities. I'm sorry, one opportunity under which there are two codes. Let's see which. Okay, here we have. But all these are not having any codes. Okay, let me just quickly create a code for this opportunity. And you see this hyperlinks, right? You can just open them in a new tab. Okay, okay. For this opportunity alone, you have three codes. You're following me?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is called nesting grouping. Okay. So how much of grouping we can do? Up to three groupings. We can do up to three groupings in Salesforce reports. Okay. So let me just quickly pull in something which will make. Okay. So anything more than three groupings, we cannot. You cannot group more than three. Okay. So just
Okay.
like now, if I want to have this to be grouped, no, it's, you see, this is grayed out.
Hmm.
Anything for that matter, if I want to have a fourth grouping, it will not allow us because summary report can only have up to maximum of three levels of grouping.
Okay.
Okay, any questions?
No.
Okay, so another distinct advantage in report is you can have a chart within the report itself. Okay, so this is a dashboard. We call it as dashboard. Okay, a chart where it can show you a pictorial representation of that particular report. Okay, so you see here we have a summary report where the x and y axis are available. What is x axis? X axis is always of the summed uh, column. If you have any summed
Okay.
column or average or minimum or maximum column, okay, that will come under y-axis. Okay, and x-axis is something of the grouped field. Okay, so we have grouped it by account, opportunity, and type. So you have three group options. Okay, and in group by you can choose any of these three. Again, okay, here x-axis you can have one, and group by you have something different. You're seeing that?
Yeah. X is row, right? Y is the column, right? This is the x-axis and this is the y-axis, right?
Right.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so y-axis can always be of a number.
Okay.
Okay, so but here if you see, you know, the x-axis and y-axis are being changed. X-axis is giving you number, y-axis is
Okay.
giving you the name. Okay, so
Okay.
based on the type of the chart, right, x-axis and y-axis will always differ. However, one thing you need to remember is one of these will be the sum column and another one will be the group column.
Okay.
Okay, so same goes for almost all charts. Okay,
they're not interchangeable, right? Because X would be always about rows, so it can take the sum, and Y is always about the column, so it can take the grouping. Am I right?
That's why we have two bar columns. Now, if you see, there are two bar charts, right?
Okay.
In these two, they are already being set interchanged. So if you want the x-axis to be sum and y-axis to be the uh, rows, right? You can have it in this way. In the other one, it is already interchanged.
Okay, so there is no set norm, as you say, per se.
You have no control per se, right? But it is
Okay.
already available for you to set it. That's it.
Okay.
Okay, now let me just go ahead and cancel this and group the amount or sum the amount. Okay, summarize this. So earlier we only saw the discount field being summarized, right? Available for us in the chart. Now we have summarized by the amount. So let's see. So you see sum of amount now coming up apart from the code discount, right? Similarly here.
Hmm.
So whenever you are summarizing a field, that will be available for you to choose in the chart. The other option will be always of the group. So you see there are three options now available: account, opportunity, name, type, right? Similarly, in this chart, the account, opportunity, and type is available. But let's just go ahead and remove one of the groupings. Let's remove the type. Remove this group. Okay, now let's go ahead and add card, add chart. Okay, let's see. You see the type is gone now.
Hmm.
Okay,
Okay.
so one of the x and y axis can be either a sum row or sum column and grouped column. Okay, that's the major concern that you need to be following.
Hmm.
If you are going to create a chart, then you must have at least one row summarized, right, and one
Hmm.
grouping.
Okay.
Okay, if you don't have anything summarized, what will happen? Salesforce will let you create the chart because by default, the row count or the total number of record count is already being summarized. So if you see here, by default, you have this record count.
Okay.
Okay, that will be always there. So you don't have to worry about having a summarized field. Let's just remove those two summarized fields which we have defined. Okay, okay, now I have removed both the summarized fields, but you see the record count is the default option,
Okay.
right? But if I remove
Okay.
the groupings, then you will not see this. Okay, so what will happen if I remove the groupings? You see this gone, right?
Okay.
Okay, this is another major difference between the summary and tabular reports. Rest all works the same way. Okay, how the data are queried is the same way. Okay, you can have multiple filters. You can use filter logics. You can have lookup filters, cross filters. Okay, all other things will work as same as the tabular, except for this grouping and the chart. Okay,
Hmm.
Okay, now let's quickly see about the formula. Okay, here if you see there is add formula, but this is on advanced admin level, so you may not be having some questions on this, but I'm just giving you for good to know. Okay,
Uh, okay.
okay, so if you want to calculate percentage, okay, this formula specifically works only for three category of data type. One is number, percentage, currency, right? Another fourth one is you can use checkboxes, but you will only get the result in number, percentage, or currency. Okay, you cannot use text, date, email, phone number, URL, or lookup. None of this data type will be supported in this formula. It will only allow you to create formula on number, percentage, currency, and checkboxes. Okay, so why we
Okay.
need a formula here, right? Now, if you want to calculate the percentage between the uh, opportunity, right? Say, for example, let me just think of best example. Okay, before we go for an example, I'll just now show you this. You see there's four options here, right? All summary level, grand summary only, group one account, group two opportunity, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let's take an example. Now you want to find the total percentage of the revenue given from an account by every opportunity. Say, for example, you have one account called XYZ, and for that account, you have three opportunities. Okay, the total worth of the opportunity is, let's say, $100,000. Okay, opportunity A may have X amount, opportunity B may have uh, X amount, and opportunity C may have an X amount, right?
Okay.
Now, out of this three opportunities, you want to find out what is the biggest opportunity.
Okay.
Okay, on percentage wise, or you can just find the maximum one, or
Mm-hmm.
however you want to. Right now, if you want that to be converted into the percentage of profit you're going to make from that particular opportunity, those things can be calculated within the report instead of you have to manually do it in the record. Okay, let's just try. Okay, I'm just having it on opportunity names because this is where we want to find what is the weightage of that particular opportunity. Right now, how we are going to do is,
So how did you get the side panel? Oh, from the okay.
okay, you see the summary fields, click on this, group this by
Ah, okay.
amount. You see the total number of percentage, or I should have renamed it to amount. You see that amount that is being generated for each and every account. So, sorry, for this, if you see, Okay, there are three opportunities. I'm sorry, three codes for the same opportunity with the same value. That's why you're seeing it only one time, right? This is the total amount. So now
Okay.
let's just make some changes in this so that it'll be easy for us. Okay. I think you have all the three codes synced with the same opportunity. So that's why whenever we have some changes, it's always get back. So this is why we say, having one code synced with the opportunity is always the best practice. So you see, for
Okay.
this particular opportunity, you have three codes, and all the three codes are synced with that particular opportunity. So whenever you are making a change to an opportunity or code, it's automatically going and update the opportunity, and at the same time the other two codes, because the other two codes are also in sync with that particular opportunity.
But we changed the sync, right? Now, did
We
we not
removed
delete
this.
the sync?
I believe we did. But we stopped the sync. Okay, so this is the amount feed in the opportunity. That's why it is giving me the same value.
If not sync, what other value would be linking all of this?
Nothing else.
Okay. Mm.
Okay, one more thing about the summary report is whenever you have the child object column, right? Irrespective if you are bringing in the name of the parent object alone, it will give you the duplicates.
You mean to say all the, when you bring a parent, it will give all the children?
No, if you bring the children, it will bring all the parent.
Okay. So one child also, if you bring, it will bring the parent or what?
One column of the child record will automatically bring in all the parent or
It will have only one parent, right? Because the parent is always one, and the
right. Now,
children will
say
be
for
multiples.
example, right, that's right. Say for example, uh, see that that's gone now, right? Now it is only reflecting one time, Grand Diwali opportunity. You see this Grand
Yep.
Diwali opportunity, which is reflecting only one time. The reason why we had three times, right? For this
Mm.
particular opportunity, we have uh, this one code, okay? And in this code, we have three line items, right?
Okay.
Okay, so it's like opportunity is the parent. For that parent, you have quote as a child, and for quote, you have quote line items as child. Is it that right?
So you have the,
Opportunity,
okay, and then one, you
quote,
have a child, right? Opportunity
for
and
the
then a quote.
opportunity, yeah, for opportunity, quote is the child, right?
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
for quote, you have quote line item as a child.
Okay.
Isn't that right? Quote line item is
Okay.
not directly related to opportunity, but it is a child of quote, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so now if
So
I bring in this
we had three line items previously for the quote, and that's why it was bringing in the
same
syncing
amount
the,
twice,
okay.
okay, say for example, I'm just bringing this sales price, which is of quote line item information, right? That is the third child information, right? I'm just going to bring this here and let's see how that may change the behavior. And now you see there are three automatically, right?
Okay.
But these three are nothing but only one code. All the three are only one code. Are you following? I think we just went ahead and took three relationship at the initial time. Let's just go with two relationship for now for your better understanding. Okay.
Okay.
Let's take simple one, opportunity.
Ritesh,
Yeah.
if I can have if I can give you a suggestion before going into the actual report, okay? Can you list me the kind of relationship that we are trying to explain or we see in the report? So I would have a better understanding because we are going through many steps in here. Okay, so
Okay.
so I'm thinking we have one opportunity, okay, which is the parent, and we have um, court, which is the child, and for the court we have multiple children of their own. So this is like the grandchild of the opportunity, right? Am I right?
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Now let's take a stop from there. Okay. The three relationship, it's little complicating it for me to explain or you to understand. But let's just go by the basic. Okay. For a group report, I have taken the opportunity alone as the report type, where I will only see all the opportunity information and the related account information, because it gives you the account information by default. This is a standard report type. This gives you the account information on this report type. Okay. So
Okay.
you see this opportunity, right? Now
Yeah.
I have this account name. I can group by this account name.
Okay.
Okay. Now this gives me an idea of all the opportunities for that particular account, right?
Okay.
So for this account, there are two opportunities with different names and different amounts, different stages and everything, right? For that
Okay.
particular account, you have two opportunities. Clear?
Okay.
For
Yeah.
this opportunity account, there are two opportunities with different amount. Okay, this
Yeah.
is clear to you?
Yeah. No
Okay,
problem.
so now let's imagine, okay, sometimes, this is like, not right now making any logics to you, right? Now, let me just go ahead and remove all these account opportunity information and put only the account owner information, account information. Okay. Okay. You see here, I don't have any opportunity information, right?
Yeah.
But still, you
Because
see
we
the
chose only
same
the account
information
owner,
of the
right?
account. Sorry,
Yeah, no, we chose only the account owner.
right? The account owner alias, parent account ID, annual revenue, account type. All these fields all the columns are from only account.
Okay.
right? There is nothing to say anything about an opportunity here, but still the account is only one record, right? So say for example, age communication is only one record, right?
Mm.
But you have
Okay.
two information repeated itself, two rows repeated itself. You
Okay.
see that?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is what you said. When you have a parent and child object in the record type, and if you are trying to create a report on that, the number of result will be always based upon the number of child records.
Okay.
Okay, so if this edge communication having two opportunity, you see the same information twice. If it has more than two, you will see it more than twice.
Okay. Now I have another question though. Why does it state? I see that it is having children, okay, but why does it duplicate it? It's of the same uh, price amount, right?
Right. Now, the reason is,
You see.
see, what we are trying to achieve here is we are trying to see the parent and child information. And what we are doing is we are gathering the information from the child and the parent. Okay. This is, we are going through the child and getting the information from the parent. So if there are two children, right, you're asking the same question to two children and finding out if they're same parent or different parent. Are you following me?
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so
So
I
what
have
I see is, I'm sorry.
the
Go
in,
ahead.
I'm sorry. Yeah, in a classroom, if you have like five or six students, right, and you're asking who's your parent. Okay, say for example, there is a twins, right? For the twins, the parent will be the same, but the question is asked to all the class members, right? All the five people in the class got the same question, and both the twins will be giving you the same information, right?
Okay.
So that's the
So
reason why
I'm
you're
able to
seeing the
see.
Mhm.
I'm sorry. Please. Yeah. Please.
That's the reason why you're seeing the duplicate information again here.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you go
So
ahead. You were asking.
we are not seeing the opportunity name. We are seeing the account and the children account, right?
Account
How
related
many?
information here, but
Yeah.
the reason why it is duplicating is because we are asking the question from the opportunity. This report is built on opportunity. If you see the report type, it is on
Uh,
opportunity.
yeah. Okay.
Okay, the report type is on opportunity, which means that we are querying the information from
Mm,
opportunity.
okay.
Okay, so this is the same thing happened in the previous report. Now we were having three parents or three generation. One is opportunity, quote line item, and we are querying the information from the quote line item. We are
Okay.
asking the basic questions through the quote line item, where the
Mm,
quote having multiple quote line items, giving the same information again and again.
okay. Okay.
Okay,
So whenever we see duplication of the value, we need to understand that it is a child,
the
right?
child information, yeah, the information is queried on the parent from the child.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Okay, the
Okay.
duplicate information is of the parent information, but you're seeing it duplicate because the parent has more than one child. Is it clear, or you want me
No,
to go to the next?
the last statement you gave me, I think I got confused because it's the duplication of the children, okay? Because we are questioning the parent, right?
The information is on the parent. Okay.
Yeah.
Kalyani
Okay.
is only one name, right?
Yeah, yeah, I got that. No problem, Ratish.
But
I got
the
that.
answer is given by two people, your
Yeah,
daughter and your son. So
yeah,
mother of your son is Kalyani. Again, your daughter's mother is Kalyani, right? So it is duplicating. It is not the
yeah,
duplication of the account information, but it is because
um,
two childs are there.
yeah. So the duplication will disappear if the code has only unique value, right?
You cannot have
If it has
unique value on the parent. That's what I'm trying to say.
the code line item has only unique value, only one.
Exactly.
Okay,
Okay, the quote line item will have unique value, but the parent will be the same, so it will always duplicate the parent information.
okay,
Okay, so when you're grouping it, you need to use the parent as a group so that you will not see the duplicates. Okay, so now if I remove all these, you see the
you you again confused me now with that statement.
okay,
But I got it. No, I got it. The previous one I got it. Okay. Yeah.
okay. So let me just put it in a better way. Now you see the let's just concentrate on this one account. Okay, edge communication. Okay, I'm removing all these columns. Okay, I think.
No, Ritesh, I got it. I think I will practice on report charts and formulas and I'll get back to you. No problem.
Okay,
Don't worry. If you call on the parent, which is the opportunity, and if you have multiple line item of codes, it is going to be seen as duplicates.
okay. Now
Okay.
let's say this now edge communication. Right, there are two
Yeah.
opportunities for this edge communication. One opportunity
Mm.
is worth of $7,500, $75,000. Another one is $35,000. But you see the
Okay.
total average annual revenue. The annual revenue is coming from the parent account, or right, edge communication. So it is the same for both the opportunities.
Okay. So here you have
Query the
this.
opportunity amount.
Okay, edge communications is the opportunity,
Edge
and you
communication is
have
the account. Edge communication
account.
is the
Okay,
account.
yeah. Okay, edge communication is the account. I'm sorry, and it has two opportunities with two different codes, but the annual revenue uh,
From edge
are the
communication,
same. Okay, from the edge communication, they are the same because it is coming from one account.
exactly.
Okay,
So the information unique will be always from the child. The duplicate will be from the parent. That's what I'm trying to say.
okay. So these are children. This is the parent, and it reflects the parent in here.
Exactly.
Okay,
Okay. To have a clear idea on how this relationship works on the report, right? I'll give you an article. Go through this article so that it will help you a lot in understanding this relationship.
okay.
Just a second.
So did you?
Just a minute. I'm giving you
Okay,
article link. Okay, take this article link, which is the chart.
Where is the okay, Ratish.
Okay, better than that, this will give you a lot of information.
Okay,
Okay, I have sent you a second link to the article.
okay, okay,
Okay, this will give you a lot of information. Explicitly, the last point on this article about row
okay.
limit.
About row limitation. Okay,
Right.
99 only, right? It will take only 99 rows or something, right?
Now, in this article, if you see, yeah, that is right. You're right. Okay. But if you go through this last point, that will help you understand the parent-child relationship and how this duplicate is occurring.
Okay,
Okay, they would have given you a example.
okay,
Okay.
okay, Ratish. I'll take a
Uh,
look at the.
yeah. Let's see the matrix. It is like now simple one only. Just let's go back to the report. Still have 20 more minutes. Let's just see matrix, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, yeah. One minute. Okay. So, what kind of reports do we need to see, Ratish?
Matrix.
Matrix. Okay. The advantage of matrix is that it would do the subtotals grouping, right?
Same thing. You have the summary tab, right? You have only three columns or three grouping levels. The summary tab, right? Summary
Okay.
report. Okay. In
Okay.
matrix, you have four, two by two actually, to be precise.
Okay.
Two by two.
Hmm.
So say for example, you have grouping for rows right now in summary, right? But you don't have
Hmm.
grouping for column.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so matrix will give you the ability of grouping by column. Okay, let me just show you quickly.
Should we have the stage?
Right. So I'm just going to show you how this is going to look in
Okay.
grouping. So in summary, it will look like this. So for H, there are two opportunity named H, and these are the amount, these are the revenue, and these are the two different stages, right? And if you see,
Hmm.
there is another account, Gen Point, where the stage is still ID decision making and with different amount, right? Similarly, there is another one which has closed one, proposition or different stages. Now, we cannot group by stage because the columns cannot be grouped, right? Now, if we want to group by stage, again, it will come below this opportunity, right? But when we have matrix, we can group by column. So here, if we go and make it as matrix, so you see there are two groupings for rows and two groupings for column. Okay, so I'm just
Okay.
going to put the opportunity name here. Okay, and stage into here. Okay, if you see the stage, right, we have now record count, but if you want, we can have amount pull into this below here. Okay, now we have two groupings on the row and two groupings on column, right? The first grouping on the row is account name and the second grouping is opportunity name. On the column, the first grouping is stage and the second group is amount. So when I go run, so you will have something like this.
Okay.
So under value proportion, there is only one, which is this one. For this particular account, there are two opportunity,
Hmm.
right? One is under
Yeah.
the proportion, another one is, no, there is only one. Again, this is also one. It's just duplicating it. Okay. Okay. You see, it's now having only one now. Okay. Let's see something which is having. Okay. Gen point again. There are two opportunities. One is under the ID decision making. Okay. So one is under the ID decision making, which is of value 60. Another one is under closed one, which is of value $30,000.
Okay.
Okay. So now we have two columns group and two rows. Seeing this?
I'm not hearing Ritesh.
So can you hear me now?
Stage has now become, yeah. Stage has now become columns, right? That's what it
Right.
is.
Stage has now become columns, but we have grouped. Say, for example, if you have multiple opportunities with different, okay, let me remove the amount first and show you. Okay, so we have 6 opportunities with the stage as closed one, 2 opportunities as ID marker, ID decision makers, and only one as value proposition, one as prospecting, right?
Okay.
Let me just increase this for. Okay, so now first thing you see here, this is United Oil and Gas Corporation. For this, there are multiple opportunities. These are all the opportunities for this particular account, United Oil and Gas Corporation, right? And
Uh-huh.
similarly, there are other accounts with different opportunities under different stages. Okay, now we have grouped them in the column wise. So you can see the record count of each column. Okay, prospecting, how much you have here. There are 3 total opportunities in prospecting for all the accounts.
Okay.
Okay, similarly, for any other stage, you see the total count. Okay, let me just hide the detail. So similarly, for qualification, you have again two total opportunities under qualification. One under need analysis, one under value proposition, ID decision making. You have a couple of them, 2 or 3. You have 3. Okay, so on. You can now group it by the column as well.
Okay.
So otherwise, how it will look like, if I go it and make it as a summary,
Okay.
sometimes, summary makes more sense than matrix, but I want you to just, understand this matrix also. Okay, now for prospecting, we have 3 opportunities. Under prospecting stage, we have 3 opportunities. Those opportunities name are these 3, right?
Yeah.
Right now, we have grouped it by column. I'm sorry, grouped it by rows. That's the reason why you are seeing these 3 information in separate rows. But when we had the matrix, it was on the same, right? Okay, now let's see this in matrix. Okay, we have all the opportunity information, and now the groups are in the column, nothing else. You see only the columns with stage as a uh, grouping, right? And the record
Okay.
count of each one.
Okay.
Right now, there is no account in account grouping. That's why you are seeing 1 1 everywhere. If you have
Okay.
grouping by account, you will see more than this clear information.
Earlier you had the uh, opportunity, right?
Right.
Now
Earlier
you
I
have the
used
opportunity. Yeah, now you have the
now.
opportunity. Earlier it was the stage, right? That was the
Right.
key that we.
Right.
Okay.
So now I have the account, and now I want to know how many opportunities are there for this particular stage in this account. So let's say, uh, let's take this. Okay. Here we have two opportunities for this. One is value proportion, and the one other one is ID decision makers, right?
Okay.
And there is three opportunities on closed one. So the total count of opportunities in this account is 5.
Okay.
Okay, and we are seeing the columns or rows in one single way. Instead of having it in separate rows, we are having it in columns, and the columns are grouped. Say, imagine if I have an opportunity on the column, it will give 5 rows for this or 5 lines for this, right? Instead of that, it is right now only one line because I
Okay.
have matrix report type and I have grouped it by the stage for the column. It has only one line and gives me the count as 5 without any difficulty. Otherwise, I will have 5 rows and I have to look into those 5 rows, which will be like each row will have one opportunity for closed one and one for
Yeah.
value proposition, ID, decision maker.
Okay.
So I would not be
All
able
the
to
stages have
understand.
become columns now, right? All the
Right,
stages are listed in here.
exactly. The stages now become as column so that it will group the opportunity into the column. And now you see for this particular account, how much opportunity is on every stage.
Mm. Yeah.
So similarly for this one, if you see United Oil and Gas, under need analysis one, and another proposal or pricing quote, you have one. Negotiation review, you have two. Closed one, you have six. Total 10 opportunities you have for this. And what are the stages? It is very visible for you.